Hey guys, today I have
another quick video for you.
And in today's quick video, I'm going to be talking about a video that really helped change my perspective on life and what really inspired me to start going hard on the YouTube grind. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to stop it, give you my thoughts and sort of insight on the video. And honestly, I just really wanted to share it because I think it's really cool and everybody should see it. But I know you guys who watch my videos but don't watch this kind of content, you know what? It's my way of forcing you to watch it, I guess. So take that. I win.
My God, you're ugly, aren't you?
This video is called "This is how terribly short your life is if you hate your job and live for the weekend." That's an important distinction, is if you hate your job and live for the weekend. And you'll see why in the video. Let's play it.
Based on the CIA's data, the country with the highest life expectancy is Monaco, with an average of 89.5 years old. In the United States, it drops to about 80. In Canada, about 82. In the United Kingdom, around 81. Across the world, this number can fluctuate dramatically and drop all the way down to the low 50s in certain less developed countries. But for the sake of this video, let's assume your life expectancy is on the higher side of the world's average, and that you will have no incidents of health complications or tragedies, and that you will live to 82 years old. 82 years,
which honestly isn't necessarily even true, especially if you're living a life that you hate, or you're having to cope with shitty work conditions or whatever else is going through your life because you're, living for the weekends. So, something to keep in mind.
On this planet as yourself, not too bad, but that's from birth. In terms of your remaining time in life, we have to subtract however old you are right now from 82. For the sake of this video, let's say you are 22 years old, as that
23, okay.
That is generally an age when a lot of people fully begin their
That's close enough. Let's go with whatever it says on here.
careers. After subtracting that, at this point, you now have 60 more potential years of life, which equates to 21,900 days or 525,600 hours. Still not too bad. But if you get an average of 8 hours of sleep per night, 175,200 of those
Hey. Please hold, I just stepped in urine. God damn it. Fucking piece of shit, dog. This is why literally nobody should own a dog. Listen, I got 3 pee pads all throughout the goddamn apartment. This old fart is 150 years old. You can't fucking hold his pee. Fantastic. Fantastic. No, that's cool. I didn't want those socks anyways. Fuck it. Nah, he's a good dog. He's a good dog. He just, what am I saying? He's a terrible dog. Alright, let's continue this. Maybe roll it back.
22 years old, as that is generally an age when a lot of people fully begin their careers. After subtracting that, at this point, you now have 60 more potential years of life, which equates to 21,900 days or 525,600 hours. Still not too bad. But if you get an average of 8 hours of sleep per night, 175,200 of those hours disappear, and you now have just less than what is equal to 40 years of waking life left. That brings your life expectancy down 20 years.
Okay.
That's kind of scary, but it gets a lot scarier if the following is true for you. A 2017 survey indicated that about 50% of US workers describe themselves as unsatisfied or unhappy in their job.
50%, dude. That's insane. That's so nuts. Man, I like my current job. This is why I'm pursuing YouTube. I mean, there's no beating it, dude. There's no beating it. 50% of people are dissatisfied with their jobs. Fuck.
In another 2017 study conducted worldwide, when asked anonymously, 85% of workers admitted to disliking or hating their job.
85%.
At such a large percentage, it is rather likely that one of these people might be you. Or perhaps you don't necessarily hate or dread your job, but you find yourself rarely ever enjoying it or feeling inspired by it, and are always wishing for the weekend.
That's something that's crazy, dude. My friend, my roommate, I was working with him and his dad doing landscaping, and it was, maybe one of my first couple days in the job. I was just making conversation. I'm shy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to talk, right? And I ask him, what's your favorite part of this job? And he says, every second Friday. Literally just the pay. I mean, pay's nice, but come on, man. That sucks.
Always wanting the week to be over and for it to be Friday night. If this is the case and your life enjoyment is based almost entirely on the weekend, let's see what happens when we subtract all the weekdays from your remaining 40 years of life. There is an average of 260 work days in a year, not including holidays. After subtracting those across your remaining 40 years, your number of days goes from 14,600 all the way down to 4,200, leaving you with only about 11 years. But if you figure you retire at an average age of around 63, you might say that you should get some of those days back. But if you also figure that in the US, the chance of having a disability or mental impairment is 68% for people over the age of 65, then this age isn't exactly a time of your life to hold out for and claim as years filled with happiness and enjoyment.
That's the other thing, dude. People are always working towards, living for the weekend, living for the weekend, living for that retirement, like working towards retire. It seems like when you get it, like a corporate job, your thought, the responsible thought should be, okay, like, how am I going to work this into my retirement when I'm 55, 60? It's getting later and later, too. You know what I mean? And that's so crazy that the first thing you do is think about your retirement. Like, you're living now, dude. The other thing is thinking all about money. Like, something about how, grind right now. I hate my life right now. But eventually that'll change. Dude, your perspective also changes, though. Right? Like, if you think of somebody who's, somewhere in northern Africa, right? Their day-to-day is pretty shit by our standards. But, dude, it's normal for them. So, they get a hot shower and a nice meal, and they're on cloud 9, dude. But we get a shower and a nice meal, and we're like, where's the other two? You know what I mean? And so that shit happens. Like, you make money, and then your standards go up. And no matter what you do, you're always going to be disappointed if your day-to-day is not something you love. And that's the reality.
So in fact, I would argue that in terms of desirable life, we should actually take at least a portion of those days away. First, let's give you them all back. But then let's consider that after the age of 65, as you grow older and older, the likelihood of developing health conditions or having existing health conditions worsen only increases. So as a rough, generalized average, across all the years after retirement, all the way up until death, let's say a person has somewhere around 2 good, healthy, enjoyable days out of every 7. Now, you are exactly right back where you were, with 11 years of remaining life. In living for the weekend, you went from what first sounded like a decent 60 years of remaining life, all the way down to only 11.
Another point to say here, sort of against this, to play devil's advocate, is that even if you do hate your job, in this video, he's taking away every single day that's a weekday where you would be working your job. But the reality is you do have a decent amount of time after your working days, to do stuff you like. Maybe you have kids, maybe that time's cut down a bit. But the reality is, like, you do have time. I'm making this video after work. You do have time after work, so they're not entirely gone, but you do have, have to take a bunch of that time doing responsibilities. Of course. And the other thing to think about, too, is that you have enjoyable moments. Even if you don't like your job, you might like the people at your job. You might like parts of your job. It's not really black and white, like what's being described in the video, but it's still a powerful message, nonetheless.
And as an extra kicker, what if you have weekends that aren't that good? Weekends where you have to do things that you don't want to do, like house chores, yard work, dealing with annoying personal stuff, or even going into work to catch up on things. That's at least another year or more off of your remaining life. If you are 22, your waking life expectancy for life you want to live is now equivalent to around the age of 32. Regardless of your age, who you are, what you do, or the exact accuracy of these numbers to your life, if you live for the weekends, the point holds true. The idea that anyone would accept to live a life where this amount of it is wished away.
Yeah, being wished away. I literally just got chills. Wished away, dude. You're like wishing for the weekend. That's like being like 6 years old and being like, man, I want to be 18. No, you don't, dude. Those are the best times of your life. Oh my God. It's crazy. Wishing for the weekend on Monday. Just like, I can't wait for the weekend. Thursday. Oh, it's almost the weekend. Dude, that sucks.
Where such a huge quantity of time is spent not wanting that time to happen. Where such a small percentage is spent enjoying it and living in the moment. For anyone that has any sliver of hope in not living like this, it is borderline insanity to accept. Sure, there are responsibilities we must attend to in life. Sure, there are things we are going to have to do that we don't always want to do. Sure, every day of our job and career can't always be fun or how we want it to be. But to work a job or be in a career or be at a company that you don't enjoy or find fulfillment in at least a majority of the time, you are essentially signing away most of your life. Life is extremely short. If you do out all of the math and consider every little trivial or self-maintenance oriented thing we spend time doing, even if you love what you do for work and don't subtract all the weekdays from your remaining life, the time we have is still frighteningly short. So it truly is so important that we do not give it away, that we are careful and conscious of what we exchange it for, that we do not let outside pressures from family, friends, or society convince us to just give it away blindly and choose jobs, careers, companies, or lifestyles that we don't personally enjoy or resonate with, that we don't become easily distracted or persuaded by short-term glitz and glamour that we know we don't really need.
That's exactly what I was talking about, dude. Honestly, I'm kind of guilty of it too. Like, I have a car I probably shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, it would be so much better if I used that money to, whatever, help promote my YouTube channel or, you know, things like that. We have vices, though. You mean, you can't be a perfect human, but at the end of the day, stuff like this, again, is just changing your perspective. Having money is worth it to a point of comfort, right? Of a basic comfort. But after that, it's just not worth it. Hi, Jesse. There we go. Here he is. Here's the peer. Here's the pee guy. What's good, pee guy? Y'all peed out? Huh? You done peeing? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, go sit on my bed and please do not pee on it. Okay, here you go.
And that we try our best to avoid accepting anything less or making big mistakes that force us to have to. If you feel like you are constantly wishing for the weekend, only for it to come, and then in a blink of the eye, it ends and you are back at the same starting point on Monday, waiting for the weekend all over again. If you feel like you are anywhere close to living a life where you dislike almost every day of what you do, throwing each day into the trash of wasted time, perhaps you should spend some of your time trying to figure out how to make sure you don't waste any more of it.
Thank you for watching.
Dude, this video is so powerful. Oh my god. You should try to spend some of your time making sure that you don't waste any more of it. That's so powerful, dude. And I believe that for everybody, honestly. This is gonna get on some like Gary V shit, okay? And I don't mean to go that direction. But in reality, sure, my hobby is like comedy, right? Or my hobby is like I like YouTube and I like internet culture. Right, these are things I'm into. I'm very into music and learning. I fucking nerd. Any interest you have, dude, fucking go for it. Figure out if that's something that you really, really like, and then I get that it's competitive online like this, and like I'm experiencing that too. You know what I mean? Nobody really watches my videos, but I love everybody who does. Every single fucking one of you guys. But man, you just gotta try, right? Like how, like the thought of it, like not being worth trying is insane, dude. Of course it's worth trying. So you love Lego, and it sounds stupid because it's like, oh, I love Lego, right? Like who am I? I'm a 25-year-old who likes Lego, right? But there are channels on YouTube that are entirely dedicated to Lego, where someone's career is literally building Lego or doing Lego animations. Anything that you have, dude. I know a guy. There's this guy that I watch all the time, dude. I don't give a shit about ants, okay? But there's this YouTube channel that makes videos about ants, and dude, they are so cool. But it's ants, dude. That's a weird hobby. He's a weird ass guy who likes ants. But he puts it on YouTube. It's entertaining. And dude, he has a career from it. And it's not like you need to do YouTube. You don't need to be online. But what I'm saying is, if it's money or happiness, don't do it. If you can get both, sick. But if it's one or the other, dude, you, like, I don't know. I hope I'm getting my point across. By the way, if you want to watch this video again, the one we just watched here on my video, or if you just want to know the name of this channel, it's called Pursuit of Wonder. They have a lot of really cool videos on here, honestly. This is just one, but they have another video that I really, really like called How to Waste Your Life, right? Which is actually a short story, and it kind of goes through a scenario. That one's really cool too. But there's lots of other stuff. Lots of really cool hypothetical thought type stuff. And I think you guys should watch it. So that's sort of my YouTube recommendation. Also, give it a like if you liked it. And hey, guys, nobody ever really puts anything in the comments when I ask, but I'm actually interested to hear what your hobby is. I also just think there's far too many people whose hobby is, you know, Netflix, dogs, and wine. Too many Netflix, dogs, and wine in this world. It's so cool when I get to hear about people who have cool hobbies. And honestly, I wish I had more cool hobbies. This sort of takes up a lot of my time, and there's so many things that I want to learn. I might do videos in the future about learning cool stuff. So, I mean, let me know if you want me to do that. Just let me know, dude. Comment. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, toodaloo. And Bear, take us out.
Goodbye, goodbye.
No, that's cool. I didn't want those socks anyways. Fuck it.